Hello everyone and welcome back to All the Mods 9. We are back and we mean business. Last episode we hooked up this situation over here. What that allows us to do is we can come over to this guy here. We can say, you know what? I think we've got enough emeralds. We're a little bit low on diamonds, and we can right click there. It does a little pulse. As you can see, the stuff picks itself up. And then in about 5 seconds from when we press the button, assuming everything still works, we get... I said, assuming everything still works. Okay, well, it worked yesterday, so that's a little bit disappointing. I will say there is a small possibility that the system isn't working in here. I've noticed, you might have seen in the last episode, when we hooked up the new network transmitter, it didn't work. I had to go back and replace the network transmitter in the overworld. I don't know if that's the issue we're seeing today, but we can probably test it out quite easily by just doing this with a bit of cobblestone and another chest, just to do like a little test run. If I were to place this here, place that there, and say put cobble in there, yeah, see? It's not even working. Obviously, otherwise we would have what we want there. So that's a problem. Now, to fix that, I have been in the overworld this episode, so that shouldn't be the problem. The only other thing I can think of is maybe if I pick this guy up, like they should be turning off. You know what I mean? And this guy's not even turning back on. Yeah, so it's a very strange situation, but whatever. We'll jump back in. We will find this guy here. We will break him, and we will place him. And then we'll probably have to push that button again. But as you can see, this stuff's lit back up. If I did the chest, it would work. But better yet, I can just press this button again. And it should work this time. Cross your fingers. Come on. Beautiful. Absolutely splendid. So, what's the goal for this episode? Well, the point of setting this up was so that we could make a lot more dim seeds. And as you can see, we still need more diamonds. Now, to be fair, it looks like we don't have the recipe made for making diamonds, despite having a decent amount of essence. So, I mean, we should at least add that. We don't have a pattern terminal in here, so we'll just jump back into the overworld and get that sorted. That shouldn't be a problem. By the way, we're using Silda's Vibrant Shaders version 1.51 Extreme Volumetric. Just because, I don't know, it gives you a nice sky in that Beyond dimension, whilst being a little bit more performance-friendly than whatever we were using before, the Seuss one. Regardless, let's try this out. So, diamond, made out of this stuff. Quick and easy recipe. I imagine we need to do emeralds as well. Emeralds made out of, this stuff. There we go. You know what? Yeah. You know, I was going to make a comment about the textures of, like, the diamond. So the emerald texture looks like the emerald essence, but the diamond essence does not look like the diamond texture. Like, sure, that looks like a real-life diamond. It doesn't look like a Minecraft diamond. I don't know. I'm justifying my mistake. Cool. We'll jump back in. By the way, I have slapped in 20 gigabytes of RAM, so that when we're jumping between these dimensions, we get a little bit more out of it. So now if we go for that dim seed, we should be able to afford it, right? Oh, almost. Not really almost, but now we can at least see what we need. We need 250,000 more essence, and currently the rate at which we are getting this diamond essence is 10 every second, roughly. Sometimes less, sometimes a little bit more. Cool. So, we need to make more. Now, if we pretend that what we're getting at the moment is 10 every second, then what would I need? Let's say I made this. You know what? Instead of trying to calculate it, let's just build it big. You know what I mean? Let's just get it done. So this stuff here as well is fertilized farmland. Now, we'll start off small and we'll see sort of how difficult this becomes. Let's turn our magnet off, grab a bunch of dirt. I'm sure we've got plenty in our dank, but yeah, that's okay. We'll jump into... We'll probably do the building gadget for this, I imagine. Now, we can do plots of land and I can copy and paste them. That's an option. Or I can just make a giant field. We'll lose out on these rings, but I guess we'll have all the stuff underneath if we do set that up. What's the other option? Is there another option? You can layer these up as well, which I have not done. In order to layer them up, how simple is it? Is a great question. Well, for starters, I'd have to move something because they wouldn't be watered, right? You know, I'll tell you what. I'll follow the video again. We'll set up this second layer. I might have to move some of this stuff around. I'll let you guys know what exactly I had to move. And then, what's the and then? And then we'll work on expanding it. And I think we will just paste these as modules, potentially. It might be easier to keep track of not only how much stuff we need, but I guess how much stuff we've got as well. But yeah, should be relatively straightforward. Boom, boom, pow. Cool. The main thing I wanted to test was if I were to grab one of these and grab the fertilizer, how does this work in terms of I need to press this, then I need to press that. Now, if I mine this, okay, it got picked up. But you can see that fertilized farmland hasn't showed up in our grid. Now, if I were to grab Silk Touch, I don't really know if it'll work on a pickaxe, but for this example, but we'll try it out, I guess. Maybe we'll keep our magnet on as well, see if we can get a hold of this. But if we then mine this, we don't have it on us. It hasn't fallen. We can test out a Silk Touch shovel. Do we have any laying around with a little bit of Silk Touch? We might not, in which case I don't know if I can be bothered. But the other option was, how do we go about making it all fertilized if we make this massive? So the tilling, you can do ulti-mine to till. The fertilizing, you can't really do the same. I do wonder if I chuck that in the offhand, if I remove all the dirt, and maybe if we grab like a wand, do you reckon that will do it? Okay. Not quite. That's all right. That's okay. Because otherwise, like if we make a field that's 1,000 by 1,000, that's a lot of blocks that I'm just, you know, right clicking. Now the alternative is that we set up like, you know, what do you call it? The better farmland. What's the farmland called? Like Supremium and stuff, but they're not that good, realistically. So I don't really know. Like the building gadget, sure I can select fertilized farmland, but like we don't have it. Fertilized farmland, is there like, can I make it in the crafting grid? It doesn't look like it. You just have to place it. Okay, well, good to know. Good to know, I guess. I am curious as well. I'm going to keep checking this because at some point it will have a recipe, I'm sure. The creative flux efficiency. Still no recipe just yet. Alright, well, yeah, let me try to figure out what I'm doing. So this Supremium guy, he's doing that there, which I guess is... Oh, I remember what it is now. I was picking them up and placing them. What I need to do is I need to have one that's doing up. So one that does up and one that does down. And that should be the only difference between them. Yeah, cool. So now when I place in that guy, it should still do below. Right? Right? Okay. Not right is the answer to that question. But that, I'll figure it out. We're close. Oh my god. Okay, so I've built this. I ended up having to go back to the video to double check what to do. Essentially, this part isn't water. This becomes the modular router, so it's pretty much where we had it before. The exact same setup, just it also now hits the top slab as well. And then the water it's going to get from the slabs on the outside, or, you know, the stairs, which will obviously get lily pads on them as well, ideally. Now, here's the deal. Here's the other deal. Currently, if we want seeds, we're having to craft them, and it's quite slow. We have two options in order to solve that. We either upgrade our crafter, which we can do, our seed crafter, we just add a couple more floors to it, or we get farmland of the Insanium variant, as seen here. Now, in terms of Insanium, we have 118, so I'm going to craft a stack of the farmland. Now, this stuff here is fertilized farmland, obviously. I am very curious if there's a way for me to pick that up. So I'm going to go ahead and enchant a shovel with Silk Touch. I think it's worth doing. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. So we'll grab that. And we'll over here. Where do we need to go? I will say, the only problem I'm having with Silders is it really... I must have turned something off because it feels like there's no sun. You know what I mean? Like, it's not casting a proper shadow, which is probably why the frames are so good. But I do have shadows on. Like, there's a chance that I'm just missing it or I've turned something off, which is likely. I tend to do that, but I did want to point that out that, like, I don't really know what I've done, but for whatever reason, they're just gone. Anyhow, let's give this a shot. So we'll chuck this guy in. Silk Touch, easily done. Boom, pow, boom, pow, Silk Touch. Awesome. We'll jump back in, and we'll see how that goes. Because yeah, otherwise we can just go upwards for this guy. But we'll see. So the fertilizer's faster than the Insanium, which is fine. Magnet on, break this, which is going to drop water below, which is fine. No fertilized farmland was picked up, so I don't believe that's going to work. Unfortunate. There is actually one more trick up my sleeve, believe it or not. One more trick up the sleeve. So let's place the Insanium farmland. Let's turn our magnet off. We can move that stuff away. I might also, because this is going to get loud. I'm sure you guys are probably already annoyed. I can just turn that off. And I think we will. We'll turn off the sound of the crops breaking. It might have just gotten a bit too quiet, but we're going to stick with it. If we now go exchanging gadget, there's a chance I can just sort of yoink it. You know what I mean? So let's lower this. Do I want it? Yeah, I want it connected. I don't want it fuzzy. Let's just do this radius right now. I'm going to click it. Boom. As you can see, that stuff's picked up. It must just be turning into dirt as I pick it up, which is unfortunate. But you're going to see something happen here. So we're going to turn all of this stuff into what we want, of course. There's a chance I need to make some more, because I don't think we have enough to do the whole thing, unfortunately. But that's an easy fix, as seen there. Now, we did lose quite a bit of Insanium, which is unfortunate, but fine nevertheless. Boom and boom. Cool. And so then this is our Insanium farmland. Now, what's the deal? Why do we want it? Well, in terms of diamond seeds, I have 32 spare. The rest are down here. It's a full plot of land. Up here, we've got 32. If I place these all down, I believe the rate at which you get seeds back, or the fact that you just get seeds back, is a thing. Now, as you can see, a lot slower than the other farmland. But allegedly seeds. That is what is alleged. The existence of seed drops. Now, we are yet to see them. But rest assured they're on their way. I'll probably whip out the good old-fashioned watering can. Get some of these crops growing ridiculously fast. And I guess we can monitor in the system here. The problem is the little bits on the essence look like seeds. So I'm like, oh, seeds, oh, just seeds. But none of them are actually seeds. Or they just don't. You know what I mean? That's another possibility. They might also just simply not do what I've alleged that they do. But I mean, that's why we got to try it, right? You got to see if, like, for all we know, maybe there was a patch that made the farmland faster. It might be another case where that setting has been turned off. Which is kind of what it's looking like. I mean, we don't have a full plot, sure, but this, long story short, even if it does work and it's just a really low percentage, this has proven to me that it's not worth it. We're better off just crafting more seeds. Cool. Yeah. Now, the rate at which this is growing, as you can see here, compared to the rate at which this is growing, which you can see there, makes it so that I think I'm just going to replace all this. There's no point even having it, even if it's just like a one-off area. I don't think it's worth having. So, I will attempt to... Oh, I won't be able to swap it over, will I? I'll have to... I'll have to break this, place that, select this, and just go across here and fix it all up. But yeah, good learning experience for us all, I'm sure. I've gotten myself trapped. That's obviously wonderful. Boom, boom, wonderful. A little bit of land that I guess didn't get tilled, or didn't get Liquided. Yeah, sweet. All right, so at the moment, the issues we have are the fertilizer, this being incredibly annoying to place. And that's pretty much it, to be honest. The rest of the quote-unquote issues aren't really issues. Oh yeah, and we also have to craft seeds, which is not going to be fun. Also, I think it's a lot easier to see the farmland that isn't red fertilized when you've watered it, so that would be my little tip. water the land and it'll be easier to see. Cool. What's next? What else are we considering here? I don't think there's much else to consider. I take that back, sort of. What we're going to have to do is in this builder, I'm going to have to add some more filters to make sure that we don't break anything else that we don't want to do. In fact, what I could do is we could remove all of these and instead we could just add the filter for seeds. So I'm sure if I just grab a seed in here and shift click that in. Yeah, mystical agriculture seeds. It's only got those selected. We want to change this into a whitelist. So now we'll only break seeds. We don't have to worry about, the modular router being broken, anything else being broken. We'll just do seeds. The benefit of that is now what I should be able to do is select a new area. And honestly, we can just make it whatever area we want. I can select here and I can have that go all the way there. Cool. And we don't really have to worry about anything else being broken. We don't have to add anything to the filters. So that guy can jump back in. And this guy, we will have to add that same range. And once again, it doesn't really matter. It'll only place it on land that it can. And so, that's the way the cookie crumbles, my friends. Jumping into nighttime real quick. Should be daytime relatively soon. It's on its way. Oh, there we go. Cool. So yeah, I mean, that system should work. We can give it a quick little test run. I can say, diamonds, please. Everything should have gotten picked up. And then it should get placed. You know what? I'm starting to think that filter didn't work. I mean, it must have partly worked. Otherwise it wouldn't have... But like, I didn't even see this stuff get broken. I mean, the placing worked. Let's try emerald then. See, it hasn't even picked them up. So I've... Huh. I'm a little bit confused. We do appear to have emeralds on the top. It broke the ones on the top. It just didn't really get around to breaking these ones. Which I don't know about you guys, but that makes no sense. Really? It's a solid box. It's on solid box mode. I'm baffled. Let's try it again. Let's say from here to here. Why are you doing that? Here you go. Module's installed. Diamond time. Doesn't break. Oh, it did break them that time. Okay. I'm not sure what's different this time compared to last, but it did work. It has placed not nearly enough, which means we actually should have diamond seeds still sitting in here. Yeah. I'm wondering if now the timing is a little bit overlapped. So this guy's waiting 40 seconds. Oh, sorry, 2 seconds. This guy is waiting a little bit more than 2 seconds and then running for 5 seconds to place it all. Let's... He broke everything quick enough. Let's maybe increase this to be just... I don't even know. Let's make this like... Let's make this 5 second. And then have this guy run for 5 seconds. We'll have him run for 10 seconds. Yeah? And then this guy over here can wait like 20 seconds. Yeah. Alright, let's try this one more time. I would like diamonds, please. They get picked up. Brilliant. We wait 5 seconds and survey says perfect. It at least placed them all this time, I believe. Yes. No more diamond seeds waiting. Brilliant. Awesome. All right, cool. So let's jump back into the overworld. It is now time for fun. That fun being making this bigger and better. which I'll be honest is not fun. It is the opposite of fun. This guy only gives you the 1 seat back, so he's not a way to do it. We're just gonna make this taller. Why did I put gaps? I think I did gaps just because I thought it would look nice. But it does not need gaps, I believe. I think it was just, yeah, so that we could see it working. Cool. Let's do at mystical. Let's do infusion pedestals. 50. What are we after? Red wool. Cool. That should be not a problem. Red wool taken care of. Awesome. Let's grab a stack of those. And realistically, if we have 1 stack of those, then we need pretty much like 8 stacks of these, right? So what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Almost 7. Cool. But I've already got 2 layers. So if I want to just have a stack at a time, which I kind of do, ideally, it would be more like this. I just want to make the perfect amount. Boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. Well, not quite. I I still clearly need quite a few more to get here, but I only need 52 more. And that's obviously a number that I can totally just magically make happen. Search red dye, craft this, get a couple stacks going. Red wool. Let's go here, craft this, grab a stack of it. Awesome. Let's place this in here. Let's keep 2 for myself. And then, boom. What do we think? Yeah. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and 1, 2. Okay. Didn't really work the way I wanted to, but we have everything we want, so it sort of did as well. What I will do now is I will do building gadgets like this guy, and we pretty much just want to use them all. So let this guy come up as high as we can. It's going to be a bit of an eyesore, ever so slight eyesore that we've got going on here, but it is for the greater good. It also builds up from below us, so I don't think we have to worry about, you know, getting too high, although it will tell me, right? Maybe not. There we go. Sweet. And inload all of the ghosts for where it wants me to place the rest of the stuff, and we've lost all of our frames as a result. I'm hoping that the frames come back once I get this stuff placed, but there is always a chance that they do not. In fact, that is genuinely horrendous. If I place that, there we go. That does sort of help. So then we do that. Okay, very cool. So I just need to carefully look around here and place all of these pillars, and I think we'll get our frames back as we go. But I will meet you at the top once I have placed these pillars, and then we'll go through the pipes and stuff. Oh yeah, as you can feel, all of our frames coming right back where they belong. And voila, cool. So it looks like we have enough right at the top. Oh, of course. Wait, magnet. Right at the top. What am I looking at? Hold on. Vision enabled. Why are you doing this to me? What have I done to deserve such horrific placement issues? There we go. There we go. Boom. 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 And boom. Cool. So here we go. This is our pillar of seed construction. We can drop down here. Everything's wonderful. We're going to search redstone. We now need, you guessed it, 62 redstone blocks. If we're going to make this exactly the height that we want it to, which I do. And we're also going to want to bring all of that stuff up as well, which we can do, and we plan to do. It's just, you know, one fish at a time, as they say. Oh. So the redstone allows the altar to begin crafting, so we want it always on. That's hence the redstone. Then we need to place the pipes. Now the pipes are perfectly fine, allegedly. Now, if we ever need to fix anything, it will be with the wiring done at the very bottom level. The top ones, they do not matter. All of these are perfectly fine being built as they are, so that's not a concern. At least not yet. So we just want them to come up where they already are. Like so. Even for this middle guy here. And that is that. I think I missed it. There we go. There we go. There we go. Everything is perfectly fine. There's a chance... Yep, that worked. I was going to say there's a chance we're out of pipes, but as you can see, it's working. Are these going to reconnect? They are. Beautiful. This one here gets his pipe from over there. Of course he does. Couldn't be the same as the others, could he? Cool. Alright, cool. So that is the pipes all placed. Ta-da. All that is left, and this is the tedious part, I don't quite know if there's a faster way to go about doing it, but it's the extraction of the finished good. Now, at the moment, all I have to do is place logic cables all the way up, and then connect a item interface on the sides of all of these. Then this guy at the bottom, the item exporter, he'll take care of the rest of it. He'll pull from all of them. I don't need to place pipes in every single one of them. I don't need to shift right click or pipe upgrades in them, sorry. But I do have to place all of those. Now, logic cables, we don't have a lot of. If I try to craft them, we get to 7. If I want mineral chunks, we need mineral blocks. If I order a stack, we apparently cannot do it. We have 25 logs available. I will order 25. Now, I swore once again that we were growing these somewhere, and yet here we are, mineral treeless. Nope, here we go, mineral trees, cool. I was going to say, we could probably automate it, but like, once again, you don't need to. Once in a blue moon, we do something like this. Sweet, cool. So all of these, obviously, we turn into crystal chunks, and then we can go back to the logic cables, and hopefully, there we go, get what we want. Now, once again, allegedly, we only need 62, so that we can figure out if we've accidentally made a mistake, we can leave it as is. Now, if I select a logic cable, as you can see, it's not really wanting to let me place them. I can try, and it looks like it is. It took them out of my inventory, but as you can see, there is a problem. Now, if we go item interface, obviously we're going to want, you guessed it, 64 of these as well. 62, sorry. We need more mineral, that's fine, totally doable. Go in here, and boom, 62, perfect. Now, if I place this here, it connects to the pipe, but it doesn't, like as you can see, there's a visual glitch, and I think the visual glitch carries on. I won't lie to you, I'm pretty sure it does. So we're just going to place them manually, as horrible as that sounds. But I think it is for the greater good. Alternatively, I could go through here and place all these first. That might somehow be better for us. Might be easier to see if we've missed one. Yeah, that's it. I'll meet you guys back when I'm done. A little bit tedious, but hopefully for the greater good. The only other problem we're going to run into is essence. And honestly, let's get on top of that while we can. Let's go into one of these requesters. Yeah, like one of these guys. And say that we want to keep... What's a good amount? 1,000? No. Yeah. Let's do 1,000. No, 1,000 is a crazy amount. Let's do 200. Okay. And then let's put one of each of these essences in here, starting from the easiest to make, leading up to the hardest. That way, hopefully, you know, we have some of the good stuff left at the end. And let's consult this guy. Is that working? Well, currently it looks like it is. It's turning the insanium into a bunch of that stuff for us. And then next up should be the blue stuff. I mean, it's possible we've already got it. No, here we go. Blue stuff. 100 has been requested. As you can see, it's chopping them up. And how much insanium do we have left? That much currently. So premium. If we just search essence, we should be seeing 100 of each of this come into fruition. Well, it should be 200, right? Realistically. Yeah. Interesting. See, but what's it doing? Is it crafting down or is it crafting up? It's crafting up. I thought we were crafting down. Have I left that all hooked up? I think I have, haven't I? So it might actually be going in a circle here. I might have made a mistake, to be completely frank with you. You know what? We don't have any Inferium Essence, allegedly, so that seems like the perfect time to go and disable our machine that makes use of the Inferium Essence, which is not this guy, but this guy. So let's jump in this and just take out all 3 of those. Yeah. That should be fine. Insania, but that's all good there. If we just put those away, we can grab them out later if we really need to. But if we cancel, is that processing? Yeah. I think we're fine now. I think we can let it do its thing. Cool. Where else are we? Oh yeah, I need to go back to placing these. So yeah, okay, cool. So we've got essence being cooked up. That's awesome. And we will continue. All right, placing these guys is actually quite easy, as you can see. Assuming it is placing them all correctly. I imagine it will, and I guess once again, we'll see when we get to the top. With none to spare. Awesome. So, where does that leave us? Well, allegedly. Allegedly, if we go into seeds, and we go into, say, diamond seeds, and we order a stack, assuming we had enough stuff, would be good. Now, hold on. Essence. So I don't have any way of crafting this stuff at the moment, because I guess I didn't make replacement versions of the recipes. Okay, I thought I did, but allegedly, maybe I just really thought about doing it. I thought about it so much, but I never actually did it. I mean, that's the only explanation I have at the moment, sadly. But that should be fine. This should hopefully resolve said issue. We can look in here. I think I can cancel that, and it will probably order more, which is fine. Maybe, potentially. Essence. Oh, here we go. Oh, and it crafts it very, very quickly. Very, very quickly. If I order 1,000 of this, how long does it take? It's done. Right? Yeah, it's done. Okay, yeah, that's pretty good. that's pretty good. Let's go diamond seeds again. I would like a stack of them. We would need 4 more insanium. We currently have 35. That's pretty good. I like that. I don't mind that. And honestly, we've got a lot of time in a bottle. It's not a crazy amount, but it is a decent amount. Can we... Insanium B. These are orderable. I completely forgot that, like, we can just order more if we had enough. I do think that's worth setting up quite a lot more. Is there any... I'm struggling to think of if there's a reason not to. Like, why we didn't. I guess we just needed more insanium. That's the reason not to. We're also using up a lot of it, I think, just to make, like 200 Supremium, for example. Which is a little bit silly on my behalf. I probably don't need to do that. Let's maybe, how do I get back? Let's maybe, stop that guy from doing that real quick. Let's say only work with redstone at the moment. Maybe relax a little, you know, chill. It's okay. It's fine. Yeah. Alright. Diamond seeds. It probably accidentally crafted enough anyway. Nope. 6 more. Cool. Yeah, do we do the bees? I think we have to do the bees. I think we have to get a lot more bees than we currently have. We can obviously do 2 more straight away. Get them in here, get them pumping. I will have to make them very high productivity, which is unfortunate, but that's fine. Let's speed him up like crazy. Let's jump down here. Let's search insanium. As you can see, these numbers are going up, which is nice. Let's get one of these cooking. Oh, oh. Boom, boom. We're missing a prosperity. Oh no, that was an annoying bee to get, wasn't it? That was the problem. Yeah, it's my bad. Prosperity. I should have known. Prosperity. Cool. What did we end up deciding was the solution there? We made a bunch of crystalline bees. So inside here we have a bunch of, yeah, a ridiculous amount of crystalline beans. Bees. And then we give them prosperity blocks, and then we gobble them up and eat them. Cool. So all I need is cages. Awesome. And so then I go boom, 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 boom. Or we get the catcher. This guy here. We place him down. There he is. And am I able to tell him, I want you to catch this bee? Is that what that does? And then, oh wait, no, I bet you that's just where these go. Yeah, that makes sense. And then what else do we have? We have, it catches babies. Yeah. And this one is not baby. You'll only catch adult ones. Cool. Was there, I think there's just a filter in general, right? Filter upgrade? Yeah. Cool. So we're going to order one of these. Oh, if I can do it. There we go. Boom. Huh. Right-click bees to add them. Gotcha. So we place a prosperity bee. We right-click. That's it. Added. We then chuck in that filter. And... and... I present to you... a thing that doesn't work. Alrighty. Now, if you were the catcher, how would you catch? Is the question of the day. Let's jump down into productive bees. Let's go ahead and click on the catcher. You use filter upgrade to filter out which bees you want to catch, as well as baby upgrades to only catch baby bees. To filter out which bees you want to catch, use to catch bees that are flying around. Ha. I mean, that makes sense, right? The filter is what you want. We have empty bee cages. Do they need to be... no, that should be fine. I don't see a problem with that. We'll put in some speed upgrades. Maybe it's just really slow. You know what I mean? Perhaps. We'll grab out some of them. We've got a prosperity bee. There he is. He didn't even try. Let's grab a lever. There's a chance he just needs some redstone applied. Alright. Redstone's applied. Huh. What are you doing, buddy? Prosperity. Productive bees prosperity. I mean... I'm struggling to understand what's happening. We have a sturdy bee cage. Maybe it needs to be a sturdy one. Okay. Cool. Okay. Cool. I don't know how this guy works. If this is a blacklist, that I feel like wouldn't even make sense. So... maybe I'll try it. We'll place that guy there. Chuck that in. And then try our prosperity bee. Nope. Is there a range upgrade? You know what? That might be it. Range upgrade. Here we go. Cool. So let's get 3 of these instead. That was the problem, probably. It must just have a really small range. So let's remove those. Place in those. So I imagine now... oh, I didn't even have cages in there. If I place this down... if I place this down... okay, yeah, cool. So he picked up the bee that he was meant to. According to the filter I had placed. But obviously we want to change that. So we want it to be the prosperity bee. Boom. And... there we go. Awesome. Splendid. So we chuck all those down. All we've got now is crystalline bees. Prosperity bee drops down. Got a couple more prosperity bees on their way. As well as this. He's not quite grabbed him. But he will. Man. Why can't you be better at what you do? That's fine. Cool. So yeah, that's going to be my job for a little bit. I'll be back. Alright, cool. So they're all done. They're all making their way in here. I'm going to be taking them all out, and I'm going to be placing them all in here so that they can be chopped up. There could be a benefit in keeping them in a thing with a pokey gene splicey thingy-majiggy. I don't see that it's better than doing this, to be honest. If anything, I'd rather automate this whole process somehow. Make that even better. That's a whole different story, I think. Let's turn that back on. Alright, so now I just need them to get over here. So honestly, we could probably put another range in there. Just to maybe push it over that edge to get the rest of them. Especially now that any bee that is out, I would like it. Oh, I guess I don't. You know what? This guy's out of bottles as well. Hold on. There's lots to do. Bottles, and he's back in business. Awesome. Cool. I might not put the range in, because, I mean, he's reaching this stuff over here, probably at this point. Alright, so already we've got 4 100% prosperities. Awesome. So we'll sort of leave this guy running for a bit. I'll have to keep toggling him on and off. Yeah, sweet. Awesome. Wonderful. With these ones, at least, we can get started on doing this stuff here. Let's grab some eggs out. Make sure we top that guy up. Awesome. Let's grab some treats. Get a couple of those cooking up, hopefully. There we go. And we, of course, want to make a couple of these. Chuck them in there and get what we are wanting, which is Prosperity Bee spawn eggs. Then we can make a couple more Insanium bees in the time that that's all happened, along with our time in a bottle. We've got a lot of Insanium. We could probably also order the other stuff if we want. The stack of seeds. I'm going to be honest, I don't think we do it. I don't think we order any seeds. We need to be making enough Insanium for it to be worth it. Now, we could change the farm back to the Insanium farmland. We could put Inferium seeds on it, and allegedly you get like 350% more Inferium that way. That is an option. It is on the table. I'm going to stick with this, see how we go, sort of thing. I'll probably end up timing and bottling this guy, because my oh my is that slow. But yeah, should be pretty good. I wish there was a better way to go about this whole process. In fact, like, realistically, what? I've made 4 bees. I know we've got a lot more cooking up in here, but like, it would be really cool to automate that side of things as well. So like, that's all the stuff there. So once this is filtered, like what? Are we really only going to have 3 100%? Like extra? That's pretty bad. We might end up with like 4, maybe 5 extra prosperity bees, but that's so rough. That's not good at all. Alright, prosperity goes in there. We search Insanium again. I can actually put this essence back in, as well as the farmland. Let's go ahead and order. I mean, I guess we just do 4. Which seems insane, but it might actually craft it really quickly. Let's see. Oh, in fact, the system might still be broken, so I'm really hoping it's not. What's going on here? That looks promising. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh yeah, cool. It crafted what it should. Okay. Because if the system is broken now, as you can potentially tell, the cleanup is disastrous. That's a problem. That's a pretty big problem. Who let this happen? Is that anywhere else? Doesn't look like it, per se. Okay. Yeah, so hopefully that doesn't break. Let's have a look. I think it's working. I suppose I can sort of peek at these guys and see if they say they have anything in them. This guy still says he has the spawn egg in him. As in, like, he actually says at the top he has it. It's not just a visual bug. Which is odd, to say the least. Even this guy does. Even this guy does. Even that guy does. What's going on here? You should be... Oh, do I actually have... No, it's set as a blacklist. So whatever's on that, it doesn't take out. Meaning it should be taking out those. I'll tell you what. I'll give the bees the benefit of the doubt. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sure... I think it's fine. I think we'll just have to manually grab these bees out and put them into the grid. But I think that's okay. I think I'm comfortable letting that slide. You know what I mean? Chuck those in. And then it should show up here. I just need to make sure I'm not accidentally... Yeah, like that bee was getting upgraded. No? Prudentium. Oh, God, this is not good. This is not good. Not good. Very bad. Prudentium spawn bee here. Prudentium spawn bee here. And that should upgrade into Good bee? This is why I should have left the glass in there. This is a rookie mistake, they call it in the industry. I'm also guessing that some of these actually do have what we want. I'm or not. Or not is the answer. Prudentium essence, Prudentium essence, Prudentium essence, Prudentium essence, Prudentium block, Prudentium block, Prudentium block, Prudentium block, Prudentium essence, Prudentium spawn bee. This should be working. There's no reason for that to not be working. And yet, here we are with it not working. Very strange. Let's even turn particles back on because, I mean, that's the only other way that you can actually see that it's working. Boom. 3, 4. Yeah. There's only 4 of the blocks, which means the rest of the essence, which means why you no work? Baffled. Absolutely baffled. Let's try breaking and placing this. Oh, I'm silly. The Prudentium needs the Inferiums, or the next one up, right? It needs to go with the Tertium, so it needs to go in here. Yeah. And I think you can sort of see the particles happening. Alright, that's my bad. That's my bad. Oh my god. Okay. So I actually need to place these 3 into the ones with Prudentium. So 1, 2... 1, 2, 3. Cool. 1, 2, 3. Right? Yeah. Okay. Now the Insanium bees are done. I've made my way up. Bee by bee, brick by brick. And so the Insanium bees are now done. Some of them actually take themselves out of the system. Not sure what the difference is there. But we now have our 4 Insanium bees. Splendid. You love to see it. We'll put these in. We'll get them to work. And then, I mean, it's been an hour and I feel like I've done nothing. but you know what? I will say, I think we've got a much better plan, or at least I've got a much better plan on what we're going to be doing in terms of what we need to be doing. So let's grab those out. Let's grab these ready. So we're going to go boom, boom, pow, boom, boom, pow. Cool. So we now have 2 Insanium bees, both very high productivity. And we're going to add those to our beehive. There we go. Wonderful. Awesome. So yeah. What do I need to do? Well, we need a lot more of those bees, I feel. What I will do actually, hold on. We do actually still have 2. I'm going to get 2 more high productivities. I'm going to see if there's any way that we can, you know, get them to breed. Because that would solve all the problems. Boom, pow, boom, boom, pow. Okay. Here we go. So 2 Insanium bees allegedly will not. We can grab Insanium out. I'm going to craft 2 Insanium blocks. We're going to try our hand at anything. So Insanium allegedly will not work. Nothing is showing up as an available option. As you can see, we can try 2 Insanium blocks. Still no response, sadly. Insanium bee. This bee cannot breed amongst themselves. It's impossible. Cannot be done. The only other option would be Pokey Pokey gene sample Pokey Pokey, which is not a bad idea at all. Like for these guys. So potentially slowly extract genes, totally not hurting them. Multiple upgrades can be installed for a greater chance. Sneak, right click on block to install. Yeah, okay. I'm sure it says that for all of them, right? But allegedly I can add that in here. We can take out one of our Omega upgrades, which does not seem like the play, but we can. And then potentially this guy has a higher chance of giving you the stuff. It just doesn't seem worth it. I'm sorry, guys. Alternatively, we chuck all of those in there. I think I still need to have at least 1 upgrade in there so that they won't exit the beehive. The question is whether actually having them exit the beehive, i.e. if we chuck them in there here so that they properly leave the hive, whether that increases the gene pokey stabby stabby. But I kind of doubt that as well. I'll tell you what, we've got 3 in there. We've got a productivity omega. In terms of the genes, as you can see, we've got none. I've got plenty of time in my bottle. The episode's about to be over. Let's at least do this. So I'm going to do a full time in a bottle on this guy. As you can see, occasionally you get a little bit of a gene sample. Not much at all, but you do get it. You get a lot of the stuff that we do not care about like weather tolerance, all the tolerances, just stuff that you don't, like, we don't care. And low percentages, 4%, 2%, in and around that much. If you even get it. I think we got pretty lucky there with how much we got, and it was still pretty bad. And then we did get a little bit of pink, which is obviously what you need to actually make the bee. So that's interesting to see. That's nice to see. Possibly a little bit more there as well. It's a long time. Time in a bottle lasts a while. Still going. Very nice. And now it's done with an extra gene sample to end the day. So if we now search sample, no, if we search, well, gene didn't work. If we search bottle, if we search at productive, and then scroll down. Oh, you know what? The stuff's going straight into the chamber. Okay, well, we won't be able to see any of the other essences, or genes, sorry, but we will be able to see this guy. This guy, and that's it. We got some more prosperity up there. Cool. So we got a combined 3% of a bee from that whole time in a bottle. Yeah. Pretty not good. Not good at all. I don't even really care to try anything else. I think we've tried most of the other stuff. The only other thing would be with 2 speed upgrades, which we can do. Why not? Let's give it a test run. Chuck that in there. So we had 3%. That's what we're basing this off. We had 3% of a B. We'll see what we get on top of that. The other thing I'd like to say is I think we're better off automating the entire rest of the process. And I think we can, and I think that will be next episode. Take those out. These guys can obviously go in there. We'll make more if we need to. In order to automate it, what do I need to do? I'll need to have something that can convert the bees. We can probably do that with a deployer, to be honest. Not a deployer, a modular router. Maybe a deployer as well. But a modular router should be able to apply a prosperity block onto the bee. The catcher will obviously do the catching job, which is pretty cool. Then we can just pipe that into a dispenser to get them jarred. They'll then go into a gene indexer, probably a different one. What I'll have set up is toggled redstone, so it has time to combine them. We'll then attempt to see if there's a way to pull out the finished product. Otherwise, we'll just farm up a bunch of the finished product and then manually transport it over to the incubator. We can do that. I believe we can do that, but we will be doing that another day. This guy's done. Cool. Let's go see if we've got more than 3%. Survey says we got a 2%er. That's it. So that was obviously with the time, with the speed upgrades instead. So just not great. Not great at all. And once again, it's all chance-based. So I might have gotten a bunch of all of the other stuff, like the weather tolerance and stuff. I don't care. I don't need them. So, yeah. Next episode, we'll probably be doing that. Hopefully I remember to. In the meantime, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed. I don't really know. Making plans, I guess, was this episode. Yeah, planning for expanding or something. So something catchy, something nifty. But thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed. Hopefully I will catch you all on the flip side. Maybe we'll just. I really didn't make this very thumbnail ready, did I? Not quite. Oh well. Yeah, genuinely, thank you guys for watching. Thank you, of course, to our donators and our channel members. Thank you to our tier 3 channel members, Melissa and Final Phoenix 13, and hopefully I will see you all in the next one. Goodbye.